Recording.
Yo, what's up, YouTube fam? It's your boy Stevenson Lindor. I'm back again with another video. It's been a minute, it's been about a month. All right, it's probably the last video before the end of the year. So happy holidays. I hope you guys had a wonderful 2022. I know I did. This year was about clarity for me. This year was about taking a step back and just getting my mental right. Uh, Getting my physical back right. So I look at 2022 for me as the year of not only revelation, but just peacefulness, right? Getting that peace back. So I hope 2022 has been kind to you as it has been to me. With that being said, as always, guys, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Share this with your loved ones. Share this with anybody who's interested in trading and want to know more. Just been dropping nothing but nuggets, nothing but real value this year. It's probably been the best year that I've actually traded. Trading's just been so clean. And if you've been a part of the Telegram community, which is in the description box below, right, and you've been following, trades have been really solid, especially as of late. So before I jump into this, real quick, just a disclaimer, guys. Forex trading does involve risk. All right. I always advise, to carefully consider whether trading is really for you, right? Based on your personal circumstances. You can lose more than you can actually make. Okay. I recommend, you know what I'm saying, seek independent advice and ensure that you're fully understand the risk that goes with trading. Okay. And description, Forex disclaimer in the description box below as well. I just got to throw that out there for legal purposes. Just talking to my attorney, they're like, just make sure throwing out that Forex disclaimer on your YouTube videos. You don't want to get in any trouble. So with that being said, guys, today I'm going to be talking about, because I got a lot of feedback on my last video, and I'm going to be talking about POIs, imbalance, how to really understand when price is making that change of character, right? Basically, when it's changing directions, going from downtrend to uptrend, uptrend to downtrend, and knowing when the appropriate time to jump into the market. All right. And I'm going to use the examples I've been, as far as trade setups, I've been dropping into the Telegram. So you guys know we're all on the same page. People in my Discord community have been absolutely killing it, making people's yearly salary in under a week. Just it's been amazing. It's been absolutely amazing to watch. And I know 2023 for a lot of you guys is going to be just as equally amazing. All right. So let's hop to it. Let me open up the Telegram. I did drop a setup last night. Didn't play out the way that I want. I forgot about the news today. I'm not gonna lie. Somebody messaged me. I was like, Steve, what happened to NU? And I said, I know it happens. All right. One thing I want to advise, and I always tell people, guys, when it comes to trading, please understand, number one, you're going to lose. You're gonna lose. If you're gonna play this game, recognize you are going to lose. You're going to take losses. All right. It's a part of the game. You can't expect to win without having losses, right? That's why there's always two sides to a coin, right? You have life, you have death. You have money, you have taxes, right? You got wins, you got losses. Okay. And as much as people, watch my sessions, as much as not just my session, whoever you look up to, okay, nobody's perfect. Nobody has the holy grail. I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. I'm gonna say it one more time. Nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, not even Warren freaking Buffett himself, is 100% when it comes to trading. All right, it's impossible. Nobody will ever be 100%. And I think because we are naturally humans and we like to be 100 in everything that we do, we're always looking, right? We can't handle defeat. But I'll be honest with you, and I heard this the other day. Actually, I was reading this. You guys can see right here, I've been really reading a lot. The leadership, developing the leadership within you by John C. Maxwell. And he talked about like learn to fall in love with losses. It's so true, especially in trading. Learn to fall in love with losses, guys, because the more you fall in love with losses, the more numb it becomes to you. You don't care about it anymore. You don't care. You want to get to the point where you don't care. I don't care if I lose. As long as I win in the end, I don't care. Right? You know why so many traders fail at trading? Because they care so much when they lose, and it messes up their mindset. And now they can't function, they can't focus. They're still their mind is still locked in on the loss that they had 2, 3 weeks ago, a month ago. They're just psychologically just gone. Guys, loss is gonna happen. It's a part of the game. All right. And if you don't learn to build up that mindset of understanding that, you're gonna take a couple of L's. And that's why risk management is so important, right? How big of an L, that all depending on type of risky trader you are, right? If you're a low risk trader, the L shouldn't be that big. If you're a high risk trader, then yeah, the L is gonna be big and it's gonna hurt your ego, your pride, right? So as long as you control your risk, you'll always come out ahead and just learn, right? That's why I tell people, man, you want to lose so much that it doesn't bother you anymore. I've lost so much in the markets. I've lost so much in trading. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me no more. All right. When you shoot a basketball a million times, right? And out of that million, you're gonna miss probably a couple 100,000. But you got so used to missing, you're gonna just keep shooting. That's why they tell shooters keep shooting, right? Shooters are gonna keep shooting. If you're a boxer, one of the things you want to get comfortable with is taking a hit, not giving a hit. You want to be comfortable taking a hit. So you're used to it, you're accustomed to it. So when you're in that ring, it doesn't bother you. So I say all that, guys, get accustomed. Like try to make that one of like your goals for 2023. I'm used to losing. I'm accustomed to it. It's normal. It's a part of my blood. Like seriously, believe it or not, you're gonna succeed more. All right, so let's get into it. We'll talk about NU. I want to talk about some of these other pairs that's just been good. We'll get on this AU buy. That was pretty solid. US oil, that was super solid. US, like I said, man, the last several weeks, even last month, I could say like trading's been really, really smooth. This NU from last night was probably the first L I've taken in a minute. But anyways, so we had this and this gold sell setup. So let's go look at gold real quick. All right, let's look at gold. Now, I stated this on the last video. I talked about, understanding, change of character, wait for price to get into your POI, then look for yourself. So I'm gonna like really break this down and tell you why this is important. All right, the real importance of all of that. Okay, so let's go to 1 hour. This is where we were at. So overall, the reason why I was looking for a sell is because when I looked at the daily, I'm in an overall downtrend. Even with today, even with price going up, the market is still overall in a downtrend. All right. So that's number one. So anything I do on a smaller time frame, I'm pretty much looking to sell. All right. I'm pretty much looking to sell. That's the best bet. All right. Just look at the trend, the overall trend. I got more of the market going on a downtrend than it is going on an uptrend. So I wanna pretty much look for a sell. All right. Number two, I saw that price change character. All right. Now this is very important. All right. And I'm gonna go into my Discord chat real quick. I want to bring up something. All right, and this is something that I always show people. I try to break down and make them understand this, right? I always like to give visual examples in the group because visuals are important. That's why when you're in school, especially when you're starting like preschool, kindergarten, first grade, right? The professors, they'll use visuals, right? So many images. How you think you learned, your rectangles, your triangles, square circles, right? Visuals are very good, very good example. So the difference between change of characters and not knowing the difference between when it's actually about to turn into an uptrend, downtrend, That's very vital, all right? And I don't think people understand. When you're about to look for that buy or sell, you got to make sure that the market, right, is ready for that drop or is ready for that uptrend, okay? So prior to this, if you notice, the market was going up, right? The market was in an uptrend. And the reason why I was looking for a sell around here was because, well, when I looked left, I saw that price hit a POI zone, basically a supply zone area. Now, you'll hear a couple educators out there, a few educators, depending on who else you follow and watch, right? They'll call this order blocks, they'll call this institutional levels, everything like that, right? I'm going to call this POI. All right, it's a POI candle, basically point of interest. That's what POI stands for. I think somebody in the comments on the other video asked what POI stands for. So point of interest. Okay, POI, short for POI. So that's point of interest. That's your POI candle, meaning this is the last bullish candle. This is your last bullish candle before this bearish move down. This was the last bullish candle before this bearish move down, right? This bearish move that broke structure right here. Boom. So that means this area is a supply zone area, right? Area of sellers. So that means I want to wait for price to come in to this zone before I enter a sell. All right. So that's good. So perfect. I've identified my POI candle. Perfect, right? I've identified my trend. I'm in an overall downtrend. I got my supply zone. I'm looking to sell. So now it's a matter of how do I get into this trade, right? On a smaller time frame, because I can't wait for the daily. Because if I wait for the daily, I'm going to miss the move. I'm going to miss the move, right? If I jump in here, I'm going to miss the move, right? These candles take a day. I want to get a tighter entry. So I move down to the smaller time frame. All right. Now, when I move down to the smaller time frame, I'm on the 1 hour. All right. Remember, guys, on each time frame, the market is telling a different story. So you might have a downtrend on a daily, but on the 1 hour, you might have an uptrend. Perfect. So now, based on this 1 hour, we're in an uptrend. All right. Now, to go back to this image over here, change a character or not. Now, what's the difference between this image and this image to the right? The difference is where the break of structure happens. After the high, right, is printed over here, then you have a structure created, price pull back, and then it broke. Now, I'm not saying you can't take this trade, right? And throughout this video, I'll even show you examples of where the market creates a higher high or a lower low, creates structure, and then breaks. You could still take a trade like this, all right? But it's a low probability. The reason being because it did not show a change in trend. Remember, when the market is trending, you got to have what? Higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. Now look at this. Market is going up. It creates a higher high, a lower low, a higher high, and a lower low. Now, a higher high, this high is higher than this high, and then price breaks the last higher low. And that's where you get your change of character. That is the beginning of the change of the trend. So in a nutshell, what you always want to see, ladies and gentlemen, is the last higher low or the lower high broken. All right, you want to see that broken. Once it breaks, the leg that breaks it, inside of there will always be a POI for price to pull back into, and then you want to look for your sell or buy opportunity. All right. So exactly right here, price is creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher low, higher high, right? So that means this is the highest point. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Boom. This is the leg that breaks. Perfect. So now I have a change of character. Perfect. That means now the beginning of change of trend. We are no longer in this uptrend. And I told you, in the leg that breaks, you will always find your POI. And as you can see here, this is the last bullish candle before this bearish move down. Last bullish before this bearish move down. And as you can see, this was the trade that was sent out to you guys. Price came up and then dropped. And you had about a nice 190, 200. I honestly got out after about 150 pips. Now, this right here, and I mentioned this in the chat, in the Telegram chat. When price breaks up, where was it? Right, gold sell, boom, if you stayed with it. So this right here, I had a couple people message me. What do I do when price goes above or below a certain zone level? All right. Now, what most traders do is they panic and they think this zone is no longer valid. This is why it's valid. Couple reasons. Number one, yes, the price break above it, it absolutely did. But remember, price has to break above and then it has to correct. But this is the most important part. The reason why I would still look for a sell, price did not break this higher high. Remember, this was the higher high. The moment this higher low got broken, we are no longer looking for buys. So in order to look for a buy again, this high would have had to have been broken. Like it did over here today. It would have had to have been broken. So the fact that that did not take place, that means your sell opportunity was still valid. And then somebody else messaged me. They're like, they caught it because when they went on the 4-hour, there was still a zone there. And there was a POI zone at the top here. Boom. So that's all it did, right? Went to the 4-hour instead of holding on the 1 hour. To me, I feel like it still held on the 1 hour because again, it didn't stay, it didn't hold. All it did was wick. See? All it did was wick. When you look at it on the 4-hour, it wicked up and then dropped. Whereas at the 1 hour, again, always different stories depending on what time frame you're trading. So me personally, once I saw bearish opportunity here, right? And for me, I like price action. I'll just wait for a bearish, either an engulfing candle or multiple bearish candlesticks, right? And then I'll jump into trade. And like I said, beautiful thing about gold. Boom. Now, what you could have done, right? You did have another opportunity here. Let's say exactly what I just did here. See how I identified this uptrend into the zone? I waited for this higher low to get broken, then waited for the retest. I could have done the same thing here, right? Here's a trick. Uptrend, right? Because if I go down to a smaller time frame, this is technically an uptrend. I got higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And notice, this is my higher high. This is my higher low. Look what happened. Price came up, came down, traded up, and then boom, broke this higher low. Retested. You can also tell by looking at the MACD. And then to your left, you had a POI, multiple bearish candles right there. So I would have entered there, stop loss there, and voila, boom. Remember, Your TP is always to the extension of the previous low. So based on this 15-minute, right, based on this leg pulling back, could have taken profit right here, which would have been about 100 pips. And if you wrote it all the way down, you caught about 170. So even if you didn't catch it at the top here, you see how the same setup, the same thing I used on the 1 hour, see how it shows itself on the 15-minute? Right? This is vital. This is very key. If you think about every trade that not only myself I give out, every trade that you take, or any trade that you might follow from somebody else. All right. Always count higher highs and higher lows. Where was the last higher low? Where was the last lower high? And did price break that? Because that's the real structure that needs to be broken. Once it's broken, the trend has changed. It has shifted. Now I can comfortably look for my buy or my sell, right? The probability of that trade going your way is super, super high. All right. Oil. Right? There was a sell opportunity on oil. Oil moves very slow, but at the end of the day, it does pay. So again, daily overall downtrend, right? So it's in my best interest to sell. Anything I do on the 4 hour, 1 hour, 15-minute, I want to look to sell because the overall trend is sell. All right. I go down and boom, this was the area, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go back. Let's look real quick. It was 30, that was odd buy. There we go, oil. This was sent out on the 5th. Right there on the 1 hour. Perfect, 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 perfect. Supply zone, POI. Perfect. So we all on the same page. Right? And notice, this was, matter of fact, this was after. This is the oil. It was on the 30th. So there you guys, before and after. Right? And for those who've never been in Telegram, always know, I'll always drop a before and after. I'll never just, hey guys, this was the answer to the test. No, before, so you can see exactly how it plays out. Right? I'm basically showing you, I'm giving the answers to the strategies, it's showing you the lower lows, POI, supply zone, or demand zone. This is where you want to look for your buy or sell. And that's where you want to look to enter. Right? So same thing. Did this on the 1 hour. There we go. Same thing. Look. So this was my POI candle. Right? That was my POI candle. Obviously, we're in a downtrend. You got your lower lows, right? Lower lows. So price pulling back into the zone has done what, ladies and gentlemen? Right? This, on like the 15-minute or 5-minute, this is an uptrend. So I got, again, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Higher high, higher low. So boom, right here. Look, price breaks, right? We're lower. We're lower than this lower, higher low. Perfect. So now all I'm doing is I'm looking for price to pull back into a POI zone and look for myself. All right. I had an entry opportunity here. And even though this went above, again, guys, don't get scared. The only time you would get scared if price broke above this previous high. See, that's your higher high. As long as price doesn't break that high, even though it's scaled up, I'm good. All you got to do is wait for multiple strong bearish activity. So even let's say I got multiple bearish candles here. Let's just say, for argument's sake, I would have entered here, stop loss there. I got taken out. I stay with it. I don't cry. I don't bitch. I don't moan. I don't complain. I don't run away from the screen. No, I stay with it. I want to see what the market is doing. Hey, you know what? It's still wicking and it's not breaking that previous higher high. I get another couple bearish candles going in my direction. Now I enter again, right? Based on this 15-minute time frame, stop loss now above. And I get this clean drop, right? All because price did not what? Break that higher high. The moment this higher low got broken, that was my change of character. That's my change of direction. That means we are no longer in this uptrend. Now I can truly look to sell, right? Also, what do we have? We had that odd USD buy last week. We were somewhere in here. Boom. Again. Odd USD, that was last week on the 7th. Buy setup, as you can see. Same markup, right? So this is my POI candle. Again, it's point of interest, and it's the move. It's the last bearish candle before this explosive bullish move to the high, right? Broke structure here, went all the way to the high, right? So that's a POI zone, right? So this is a demand zone for buyers. So now when price pulls back into that zone, what I want to do is go down to a smaller time frame, 15-minute, 5-minute, where I can clearly see, oh, okay, this is a downtrend. Now I want to do the same thing. Higher highs, not higher highs, excuse me. We did so many uptrends here. Now we're doing downtrends. Lower low, lower high, right? Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Lower low. Boom. Lower high, right? Change of character. Perfect. Price retest. And again, for extra confirmations, you can line it up with the MACD. See how it's retesting. See how when this went bullish, you see it was bearish, right? To bullish, to bearish again. Notice when it came bearish again, it did not break this lower low. So I look left, line it up with my POI candle. Entry here. Just wait for a couple bullish candles to show itself, engulfing candle or multiple bullish candles. Enter your trade, and there's your move to the upside. There's your move to the upside. Right? That's exactly what was placed right here. Right here in the free Telegram. And also, I always get asked this question, hey, Steve, how come you don't drop more setups? Honestly, there's no need to drop more. I've always been on the belief of quality over quantity. I see so many people when they get into especially free telegrams provided by and shout out to everybody. You know, anybody who offers free value, be grateful, be thankful, because they don't gotta do it. I'm just telling you. I saw a very popular Forex trader, really popular, one of y'all favorites, get blasted because they felt in his Telegram, he doesn't provide enough signals. All he does is talk and, you know, show his lifestyle and this, that, and the third. Listen, man, anytime somebody's who's in a position that you want decides to share any type of value, be grateful, be thankful, because they didn't have to do it. All right. And truth be told, again, guys, just with the last 4 or 5 setups that were dropped in this Telegram, you play your cards right. You're not, like I said, you're not a psychotic trader where you're buying and selling every single day. You guys can ask the people even in my group, my team. Stevenson does not trade every single day. I do not trade every single day, guys. All right. Proof is in the pudding. No need, lie, right? Sometimes even when I drop something free in the Telegram, I'll drop the coordinates here. See, lost the trade. We even talked about it this morning, right? It happens to all of us. But bet your bottom dollar, I win more than I lose. All right. I win way more than I lose. But it's all about quantity. It's all about quality. I was about to say quantity. It's all about quality, not quantity. Quality, ladies and gentlemen. Quality. And if you take more quality trades instead of quantity with proper risk, your account will absolutely grow. It will grow bigger and faster than you could ever imagine, but you got to control your emotions. So as you can see, it works, ladies and gentlemen. If you just even understand this simple, this little piece right here, understanding that when the market is shifting, right, it's actually making the change. That's where you want to get into the market. That's the important level right there. Because I know if this lower low doesn't get taken out, it has to go for a buy. Right? Because if this is a downtrend, right, we should be going lower and lower and lower and lower. But after this pullback here, nope, take off. Take off, right? Now, let's look at NU. So NU is what I dropped. Same thing. I was on the 1 hour. I saw a break. That was my higher high. Perfect. And then I seen price with this POI zone. And the funny thing is, I entered somewhere around here because it was Monday night. I'd say somewhere around here. Just somewhere around here. Price didn't drop too much. And then this morning, boom. And that was because of the CPI news. And this is the reason why we have stop losses. That's why I said at the beginning of this, don't be afraid to take losses, guys. I don't know why so many people, even when I see other educators, it's like they'll beat themselves up and they feel like, oh man, I got to make it up. I got to make it up. To me, I don't got to make up nothing. Right? I understand, hey, it's a part of the game. Every single one is not going to take off. But 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, it's going to pretty much go in my direction. But one thing I want you guys to also keep in mind, notice how right here I was looking for a sell, but notice how price pretty much touched it over here and over here. After these two touches and price didn't make its way down, signal, all right? When you have a fresh zone, remember this, ladies and gentlemen, when you have a fresh zone that hasn't been touched, all right, just like support and resistance, after a bunch of knocks on the resistance or the support, eventually the market is going to break through. So when you enter inside a fresh zone like this, see what the market is doing right now? Pretty much coming to a fresh, I can't even say it's coming to a fresh zone. Tomorrow we got FOMC. Based on this daily, notice how price technically did not break above here. If we're being honest, look, if we be honest, so we could actually still get this sell. I would not be surprised if during FOMC tomorrow you get the break. So be on the lookout for that. But I wouldn't touch the break until I wouldn't touch the sell until I see this. Right, cool. Because right now it looks like it's correcting, but I would have to see this break. Once I see a break and a close, then I'll be comfortable to really sell this. All right. So tomorrow's going to be interesting because look at how that daily closed, right? We're at a fresh POI zone. It got touched over here once, and then it came in deep, spiked up. We could still get that reversal because we are still in a downtrend. This is still a downtrend. Overall trend is still down. And when you really look at this, right, we're in a deep, big supply zone area. So I would not be surprised tomorrow, boom, massive pullback. All right. But even when you lose a trade, my point is do not revenge trade. Do not get angry. Do not get mad. Do not run back in there and say, all right, I got to get my money back. That's the worst thing you can do. All right. It's like gambling at the casino. You ever see somebody come in, right? They lose their money, and then what do? They keep gambling until before they know it, all their savings is gone. Remember, there's a reason why trading is 10% technical, 90% mindset. The markets understand that. These institutions understand that. They understand you are emotional. You carry your emotions on your sleeve, so you're gonna make irrational decisions. That's what they're betting on. But as you guys can see, it's the same thing over and over and over. Take your favorite setup. There was a setup I was looking at earlier. It was GU. And I was like, damn, I actually missed out on a yearly play here. And I'm going to show you. So I was like, it's coming to the end of the year, as you guys know, right? We got a couple weeks for the new year. So I said, let me look at what setups did I truly miss out on that I should focus on going into the 2023. And I said, as always, trying to improve on my long-term trading. And I missed out on GU and this epic drop. So when you look at this, let's look at the monthly. Number one, GU's been on a downtrend since 07. Since the last great recession, just been on a downtrend. And last year, right, it was at a beautiful retest inside of a POI. I should have known the moment it came in here, just like here. Remember, you're expecting the market to repeat itself. The way it dropped here, I should have expected this drop to come here. But I wasn't focused on the monthly. Again, a lot of us, especially day traders, we're usually on the 1 hour, 15-minute. That's all we focused on. That's all we focus on. But check this out. I was looking at the daily, and I also realized all these pullbacks, right? All these pullbacks. See right here? It's going to get you guys. Look, all these pullbacks. Again, what's a trend on one time frame is a different trend. It's a different market structure on another time frame. This was back in June. So if I just go on to the 1 hour, back to June, I want to show you guys this. 6, say the 5th. There we go. Look. So like I said, this is one big zone. Obviously, it's like I think the daily or weekly. But this is a trend. This is an uptrend based on the 1 hour time frame. Let's zoom in. Now, this is a perfect example. So this is your higher high. Right? New I find example. This is your higher high. This is your last higher low. Right? But when price came down, it did also create another structure point. Right? Just like this image right over here. Right? Price came up, then came down. So after it printed that high, created a structure point. Now, to most of you guys, once price came down and broke, you would have thought this was your change of character, but this is not. Remember, your change of character, I'm going to say this again, your change of character comes right before the highest high or the lowest low. So right before the last higher high or the last lower low, that last higher low is where your change of character truly is. So you needed this to break right here. And notice, guys, right? So you guys can see this. Boom. Put this line right here so you guys can see. So once this broke, look at that. I got my POI candle. I got my imbalance. right? My imbalance is all these seller, right? I have so much sellers right here. It created an imbalance. Look at the gap between the wicks before and after it, right? Left an imbalance. Look how price pulls back, and then you get your sell off. See how that works? Right? Tapped it a couple times, and then you got your big major drop off. All because you identified the correct change of character, right? This wasn't your change of character. This was your change of character. Your higher probability comes before the highest of high and the lowest of low. All right. So I just wanted to do this video. Hopefully it created some clarity for you guys. I love the feedback I've been getting. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, you can type it in the comment section below. If you want more info how to get inside our community, send me an email. Yes, there's some of you guys I haven't got back to. I'm trying to get, there's an influx. Send it again if I haven't gotten back to you. But guys, understanding your higher highs and higher lows and knowing when the market is truly turning and understanding when to get in, lining that up, I mean, it's an absolute game changer. So hopefully I dumbed this down, made it very, very simple. Remember, there's no holy grail to trading. It's really understanding a strategy, making it work for you. All right. I said this on the last video. You're never going to become me. All right. Unfortunately, guys, you are never going to become me. The only thing you can do is become the best version of you. What you can take is what I teach you and incorporate it. Incorporate it. All right. Perfect example of this, Bruce Lee. He learned from his master. What was his name? IP Man. Right. Pretty sure some of you guys have watched the movie. Bruce Lee doesn't fight exactly like IP Man, but he took a lot of his philosophy, a lot of his method, and he made it into his own. That's what a lot of you guys got to do. Stop trying to be like your favorite trader. All right. The reason why you haven't gotten your blessing yet, because you're showing up, you're asking the universe, you're asking God to give you a blessing, but you're not showing up as yourself. You got to be yourself if you're going to play this game. And the beauty about the market is going to reveal so much about you. Don't worry about what's going on with the next man. Worry about what you're doing and improve on that. Control your emotions, watch your risk management, work on the best version of you. I promise you, 2023 is going to be absolutely amazing. All right. So we're going to look at more setups. I'm going to drop more setups in the free Telegram. Make sure you join in the description box below. All right. Like I said, as always, like, share, comment this video, and send this to anybody who needs help. Just trying to take their trading game to the next level. But trading can be easy, guys. It doesn't have to be difficult. All right. Trading is difficult enough. You got the brokers trying to rob you. You got, the market doing all types of crazy stuff. The last thing you need to do is make it more complicated. Make it easy on yourself. All right. So that's pretty much it. As always, guys, love and appreciate you for always tuning in. This, like I said, probably be the last video I do for 2022. If I don't do another one, please have a safe and happy holiday season. All right. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate. Most importantly, Happy New Year. Kill it, guys. 2023 is coming up. It's up and it's stuck. I'll see you all on the next one.